How's it going, folks, and welcome back. It's episode number 84 of Park 2 Primera. Yesterday was a triple header. Today, we have the Champions League first knockout round second leg and a pretty big game against Real Madrid in La Liga. But to start today, I thought, you know what, we should have a little look at how we're doing as Spain manager, because it's been a long time since I gave you a Spain update, mostly because we've only had 2 international breaks so far during our reign in charge, and those games were UEFA Nations League games, which for the most part have gone very, very well. We've been playing our kind of 4-2-3-1 that we kind of decided to play for those Ukraine-Wales games. You can see we beat Italy 3-0. That's probably the best result we've had of the bunch, but a draw against Wales away and then wins against Ukraine and Italy meant that we made it through the Nations League and we're into the semi-finals. So that's something to look forward to in the summer. I'm not sure how this is going to fit in with the Club World Cup, which is also going on. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be a pretty action-packed and busy summer period for us this year. Probably not going to be your traditional transfer special this summer, unfortunately, for those of you who are fans of them. Elsewhere, World Cup qualifying draw has happened. You can see here we are in a group with Russia, North Macedonia, Iceland and Estonia. Realistically, we should be making it out this group. Our first game is away against Russia. Russia probably being the second best team in the group. Their world ranking is 35, so it's not particularly high. As for ourselves, well, you might have caught it. We've climbed up to 14th from 15th since I've been in charge. Hopefully that's going to continue to be the case. But yeah, so far it's been a slow but steady start to things as Spain manager, I suppose. But of course, that is not the focus of things today. The focus of things today is the Champions League, where we are into the second round, or the second leg, rather, of the first knockout round. I need to beat Napoli. We set ourselves up really well in the first leg. Of course, we've also got a game against Real Madrid. And since we were last here, we have played a handful of games in all competition. Of course, last time out, it was a triple header. Since then, we beat Real Sociedad 3-0 and Almeria 4-0. Baraktar continuing his really good goal-scoring run, playing a rotated team. That rotated team playing really well is always good to see. Following on from that, we beat Villarreal in the Copa del Rey second leg 2-1. Of course, we won the first leg 2-0, so I decided not to come back for that. In this game, Siapina got 2 goals to his name. He has had such a wretched time with injuries this year, has not been able to really get a run of games going in a little while. In fact, you can see since last July, he's had 5 separate injuries. I'm hoping that he's over the worst of it now. It was great to see him get 2 goals in that game there. However, he has declined a little bit as a footballer and he's not really match fit going into today's game. Most recently, we took on Athletic Club Bilbao. We beat them 2-1. Baraktar and Avramides with the goals. It was a fairly convincing performance, even if Ramadani did decide to try and score an own goal. So what does that leave the league table looking at like, you might ask? Well, with 9 games left of the season, the unbeaten dream is still very much alive. We have Real Madrid, of course, to play today in our second match. They themselves have had an awful season. They find themselves down in 5th on 49 points. They are 26 points behind us, which is kind of mad when you consider they were the favourites to win the league. As for our closest rivals, Barcelona, they actually drew a game fairly recently. As a result of that, we are now 5 points clear of them. Things are looking pretty rosy. Of course, we have the better head-to-head. If we can win against Real Madrid today, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'd like to think the title's in the bag. Elsewhere, worth noting, Copa del Rey, we've been drawn against Real Madrid in the final, so we've got that to look forward to on the horizon. Now, we are set to have our youth intake this month. It hasn't quite come through. Just one little thing for you guys to be aware of is that the next kind of handful of videos are having to be recorded a little bit in advance. I'm actually, as the day you watch this, having a week off. I've not had a week off making Football Manager content since Christmas. So yeah, it's been a long 10 months. I'm recording a load of videos in advance, so I will apologise in advance for maybe not being able to be as interactive with the chat and directly, respond to comments and such. However, I wanted to make sure there were still videos for you, so as a result, we're doing a big batch record in advance starting today, where hopefully we're going to get a good little result against Napoli. Now, for our most recent game, I did rotate the team. So going into this match, we should be ready and raring to go. Great to see Siapina back in the starting 11. Perez is currently unhappy. He wants a new contract. He wants £120,000 a week. I don't know if I can justify giving him that kind of money. I'll let you guys be the judge if he's worth that. But the rest of the team is very, very much full strength. I'm hoping for a top quality performance from us today. We won the away leg 2-0. We've set ourselves up for victory. Let's go make it happen, shall we? So I'm a little bit nervous for this just because I don't want to bottle it in the Champions League, especially in the first knockout round. We've kind of set an expectation that I want to get to the semi-final this year. That is the end goal. Whether or not we can get there, I suppose, remains to be seen. The treble is still on the cards. Of course, we very nearly got it last year. It could still happen this year. I might be jinxing it by trying to will it into existence, but we do need to make sure we make it through this fixture here. I am wary of complacency, although after 36 minutes of rambling, nothing has happened. They've not had a shot on target. We've only had one. And in a slightly bizarre way, this isn't necessarily the worst half for us because we've got that lead from the first leg. That said, we've got a highlight now, and it's Napoli bringing the ball forward. Kluivert tries to play it forward, but Petrozuolo reads it. And we'll now look to build from the back. Gvardiol to Conceição. Has Perez on the overlap. Fred through Siapina. Oh my word. What a pass. What a finish. What a goal. That was ridiculous. There will be no extra time today. We now know that as a certainty. What was that pass by Conceição? I mean, the run, to be fair, and the finish by Siapina were delightful, but this pass here, on his weaker foot, and the little dink over, I mean, that's just silly, isn't it? 1-0 up against Napoli just before half-time. A really, really good time to get a goal. Probably ruined their manager's team talk. As for our own, delighted, lads. Keep it going. Okay, into this second half, and straight away a highlight. 30 seconds in, Napoli. They need 3 goals in this game to make it through. 2 goals and we, of course, would go through 3 and they'd have the away goals needed. But that's a tall order against our defence, I'm going to say. Tonali, by the way, very nearly scored on the volley. Not a typical kind of finish for him. Good save by the keeper, though. But yeah, Napoli, mountain to climb in the second half. I feel like we can, dare I say, relax a little bit. Although maybe that's an error because Hadji's bringing it forward. There's options in the middle. They're queuing up. Fabian now with it. Given away, though, Perez forward to Siapina, who is all on his lonesome isolator. But Napoli coming forward again. Kluivert. Maybe don't assume this is done just yet. Maybe. 1-1. Disappointed. Ball lumped forward to Siapina. Couldn't win it in the air. And then Denzel Dumfries, Fabian, Hadji. One-touch passing. Really, really nice, to be fair. Finish was not too bad either. Beaten at the near post, Ramadani might feel a bit unfortunate to get beaten there, but he was left very, very exposed by the defence. Okay, throw in on the far side to us. Can we get our noses back ahead, or is the collapse about to very much come into fruition? Capanu, Porro, Siapina, Hannibal. Can he finish it? Of course he can. He's been quiet this year. His standards were far too high after last season. I feel like he was never going to match them, Hannibal. But if he can pop up with some important goals on a Champions League run, I will be more than happy. Great to see him and Siapina linking up once again. Of course, Siapina's been out for a while. Not a bad finish, keeping perhaps questionable. We reinstate our lead on the night. It makes it 4-1 on aggregate, and Napoli, they need 3 goals again. Okay, Porro has not had the best game for us, so I'm going to take him off and bring in Avromides. Elsewhere, Conceição, you know what? He's not been great. I would bring on Calderon normally, but I feel like I need to bring in Gurk Deniz just so he can show us what he's all about. He's been getting goals for fun in the league. Let's see if he can transition that league form up front into some form out in the wide area for us here. I know it's not his necessarily preferred position, but it's a position he can certainly play in the left-footed forward. As well, he tries to rather ambitiously switch the play over to his fellow sub in Avromides. Ball given away, though. I mean, Napoli will look at this and think, with 28 minutes left, there's still an opportunity. If they can get a goal in the next 10 minutes, the collapse could still happen. Although the ball is given away, and with them being more and more attacking, there is going to be space to run into, space to attack. And Hannibal, I mean, what was that? I mean, he found some space to run into. The finish, he hasn't found. I literally don't know what I've just witnessed. 15 minutes left. I'm gonna say it now. I think this game's done. Statistically, we've been in control of this game. We've had so many more chances. A little bit gutted we've not been able to be maybe a tad more clinical, a tad more, I guess, ruthless in our performance here, although maybe there's still time for a goal or 2 more as Hannibal hits the outside of the side netting there. 8 minutes left. I have 1 sub left. Maybe we'll bring in Calderon for Hannibal, but not before we hopefully deal with this set piece. Ball at the edge of the area for Kluivert, who already has 1 goal to his name. We need to be wary. Napoli got a mountain to climb. 5 goals needed, and well, we're looking to catch them on the break. Hannibal A disappointing pass. He looks very tired, does Hannibal. Not just with his shooting, but with his passing there. I think we'll take him off the colder run once this highlight wraps up, as the ball is going to make its way all the way through to Ramadani for us to possibly build out from the back. He's going to lump it forward and, unsuccessfully find Siapina. Siapina. I always get Siapina and Capanu muddled up. I have no idea why. One's a striker, is Argentinian. One is a defensive mid and is Romanian. Are there bigger opposites than that? I don't think so. The highlights just keep on coming here. I don't know what we're really watching. I feel like Football Manager, as of late, got into a mind of its own with what it thinks is a highlight. Clivert bringing it forward, though, to Hadji. Great ball through, to be fair. And the finish is there. I mean, Napoli, it's 2-2 on the night. It's not really what I want to see. They can't score 2, can they, in the next 3 minutes? That's not going to happen. It can't happen. It won't happen. It's going to be fine. Better to get it out of our system now in this game, right? These silly goals being conceded than have it happen in the next game against Real Madrid. Tenali over the corner, whips in. Petrozzuolo was there, but it wasn't actually him who got the header. It was Gvardiol. I'll tell you what, this could have burnt out into a bit of a nothing game. You know, we got a couple of early goals, and we kind of just sit back and relax. This has not been a relaxing game. This has not been a chilled out game, but we're winning 3-2 on the night. I think on the balance of play, we do deserve it. Napoli have scored with their 2 shots on target. Wasn't the most convincing, but we are through to the next round. The Champions League quarter-finals await. In terms of elsewhere, Arsenal made it through, of course they did. Dortmund knocked out Barcelona. Chelsea beat Inter 5-3, a huge comeback for them. Juventus knocked out Bayern. Man City made it through with Erling Haaland. PSG won, and also Tottenham won 3-2 against Hertha Berlin with a crazy comeback. Wow, they scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes there. That's pretty mad. That is pretty mad. Apparently Hannibal is a natural performer at centre attacking mid. Maybe that'll help him play a little bit better there. We received £9 million for that win. Elsewhere, unfortunately, Wanderley, who's playing for Sporting at the moment, out on loan, didn't have a very good game as they lost 1-0. Although he's developing a little bit. Maybe some question marks over his potential, though. Anyway, that's only the taster, the starter. Maybe that was the main course and the next game's the dessert. I'm not sure. Why are we talking about food so much? Look, we're taking on Real Madrid away from home. Yes, they're in 5th. Zidane is their manager. They're good. They're scary. I'm surprised they've not sacked him. Let's try and beat them. This is a big one in the title race. We really could just about wrap it up here. It's a matter of days away. I need to rest everyone. I'll chat with you in a moment. Okay, gang, 1 game down, 1 more to go. This is big. It's the 30th game of the season. You can see the league table here. Real Madrid just way off the pace. I would expect us to beat them, given the circumstances, given just how poorly they've done. They've lost their last 3 games in a row. They've crashed out the Europa League against Liverpool. They lost in the Copa del Rey semi-final, but they won the first leg 4-0, to be fair to them. But they've had some really just uncharacteristic slip-ups, and throughout the year, they've had really, really rough patches. In fact, you can see they didn't even make it out their Champions League group. That doesn't really cover for the fact that a couple of episodes ago, they did beat us in the Supercoppa final. So maybe they're just going to be the thorn in my side this year. But when it comes to league performances against them, we generally do a pretty good job. And, I'm hoping that we can keep the unbeaten run going. This is perhaps the last big test of the year if we want to make the unbeaten season happen. In terms of team news, we are in a good little spot, playing the full strength team, no messing around, hoping and praying that we can get the kind of performance out of this team that I know we're capable of. We're 26 points clear of Real Madrid. They do have a game in hand, if I'm not mistaken. Don't think they're going to turn it around and end up winning the league from here with that 26-point gap. That would be one of the worst collapses ever if somehow we didn't win the league and Real Madrid managed to get it. Looking at their team, though, this is a superstar squad. This is a really crazily good team. I can't quite figure out how they've struggled so much this year. Maybe it's bad luck. Maybe they've had some injuries that I've just missed and have gone under the radar. But yeah, they're kind of playing for pride as much as anything here. Even the Champions League looks a little far away. 8 points the gap to them. And you would imagine if Real Madrid finish outside the top 4, Zidane's got to go. There may even be a few players who want out. It could definitely be the end of an era Real Madrid, who for a very long time in this save game were the dominant force in Spain. And even going into this year, you probably would have backed to be the league winners. But anyway, we're going to look to play it out from the back here. Of course, away from home, I need a brave and inspired performance from our players, hoping that is what's going to be on offer. And well, we're going to need to hopefully do some good defending here as well. Conceição has the ball. The former Real Madrid man, he was released by them at the end of last season. He joined us on a free. Just as a reminder, he has one of the best ratings in the league. Osimhen whips it in, and well, Josinkveld was lurking. 25 goals he's got for the season, Josinkveld. He's very, very good. He's very, very good. We'll have a look at him just to refresh your memories as to how good he is. The ball whipped in here. I say whipped in. It wasn't whipped at all. It was just dinked to the back post by Osimhen. It's in the back of the net. And the unbeaten season is under threat, and I'm scared. And Josinkveld, he's quite good, isn't he? He is quite good. Okay, we need to show a little bit of fight, a little bit of spirit, perhaps. I'm a little bit worried now this game could get away from us because they have firepower going forward. Ramadani lumps it forward, trying to pick out Siapina. It didn't find its way to him, although Pedro Porro mops up the pieces. Got to keep an eye on Barcelona. Of course, Barcelona 5 points behind us going into this game. They've had a few dropped points here and there, though, so I wouldn't say the title is at risk if we slip up here, but I want to. It's more about the unbeaten run, really. Pedro Porro wants the unbeaten run. I can feel it. He needs it. He feeds off it. And well, they've dealt with our initial attack, but we still have the ball here. Capanu mopping up the pieces like only he knows how to. Siapina dropping into the spaces as a complete forward of Hannibal running on ahead. Lovely run. Lovely finish. The Hannibal-Siapina link-up. Like, if this is going to sound really nerdy. If this football team was real, which I don't want to ruin the illusion. I mean, Racing are real. I mean, the squad were real. Everyone would use Siapina and Hannibal in FIFA. In Ultimate Team, they would be the duo. I'd be using them. Look at that build-up play. Look at that link-up play. Siapina drops in deep. Hannibal, as the shadow striker, makes the run on ahead. And, well, with our first shot of the game, we make it 1-1. It's not been a great game for the goalkeeper so far. One shot on target for either team. They've both gone in. And, well, I was about to say at half-time it's going to be 1-1. It may well not be, though, because Real Madrid are on the attack here. Rosas, Conceição against his former club. He's got a point to prove. It was a bit of a risky tackle, shall we say, to dive in from behind like that. Not necessarily what I want to see from him, but look, he didn't get red-carded. He didn't give away a foul. It's fine, although this is not fine. Josinkveld with a crazy finish on the volley, and it was Hugon, the French centre-mid, playing him through. They probably are Real Madrid's two best players, Hugon and Josinkveld, and they've linked up quite nicely there. The ball through here, who was playing him onside? Was it Estevez? I think no, it was Perez. Estevez is your right back, Jack. I knew that. Perez playing him onside, and, well, still, no one for either goalkeeper has made a save. It's 2-1 at the break. We've had 3 shots on target. I'm going to try and inspire the troops. Try and rally the troops here. Come on, lads. Do it for me. Feel inspired. I mean, they've got a corner. It's not a great start to the second half. Valverde to whip it in. Josinkveld hits the woodwork. Get it away. Siapina nods it on to De Jong. And, we live to fight another day. I'm not loving what I'm seeing here. Kipanu's on a booking. I'm going to take him off for Toussaint. I can't afford to go down a man here. Pedro Porro's not had a great game, so I'm going to bring in him. And I'm also, you know what? I'm going for the double change. Avramides, Baraktar, and Toussaint. That is a triple change, Jack. I can't count. 30 minutes left. I'm bringing on the big guns. Elsewhere, if we were hoping that Barcelona were going to slip up, sadly they're not. They're winning 6-0 at the moment, so yeah, that gap at the top is going to be slashed to 2 points as things stand with 8 games left of the year. That does fill me with a little bit of dread. Although, look, there's time. We could still get back in this game. We've got Gurk Deniz on the pitch now. He's confident. What a run this has been. Can he just provide a ball of quality at the end? He finds Hannibal at the edge of the area. He's tackled, but Toussaint's there to mop up the mess and recycle possession as the ball's dinked forward. Kanate deals with it, though. Kulusevski inside to De Jong. Osimhen bringing it forward, plays through Lukaku, who's now on the pitch. Imagine just having Lukaku to casually bring on. Imagine that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Valverde to whip in the corner. Lukaku was the target, didn't find its way to him. We may still have another ball to deal with here, though, as it's whipped to the back post. Estevez gets it away from danger. 34 minutes left in this game. We're still in it, and you've got to be in it to win it. I would quite happily take a draw at this moment in time, but Real Madrid look confident. They've got a bit of a swagger in their steps, and well, it's Kulusevski bringing it forward. It's a great tackle. Apparently, we're consulting VAR. That looked perfectly good to me. But what would I know? Don't give the penalty, referee. Don't do it. Don't hurt me. Football Manager, please. I'm begging you. I want the unbeaten season. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. The tackle was perfectly good. VAR's wrong. Lukaku's now going to step up. Ramadani, you won the Golden Glove. Can you do it for me here? Oh, I'll tell you what, he very nearly got to it. The penalty was expertly put into the bottom corner. And Lukaku gets his 9th goal of the year. We have 20 minutes. We're away from home against Real Madrid. And we're going to need a little bit of inspiration here. And that, I'm going to be honest, it feels like it could be a tall order. I'm very tempted just to move Avramidis and Gökdeniz into the striker position and just try and lump it through the middle. Is that a viable strategy? Hit early crosses? You know what? Let's just go for it. Perez and Estevez, you're going to get forward. Toussaint will move you forward. We've got to go for it. We're away from home. I want the unbeaten season to go. Goal difference isn't going to matter in our battle with Barcelona because we have the better head-to-head. So I can afford to just go for it. And, I hope that's not going to be a red card for Perez because it was a bit naughty, wasn't it? Okay, 20 minutes left. We've not really shown up in this game. And it could still get worse for us. Real Madrid heading narrowly over the crossbar. It's kind of typical FM, isn't it? You throw loads of men forward and then there's just no more highlights for the rest of the game. Looks like here it is going to finish 3-1 to Real Madrid. Disappointing to lose the unbeaten run. Of course, we played Party Pooper once to their unbeaten season. They maybe have just done it to us in revenge. I feel like they've been the eternal enemy. Of course, we've just lost to them in the Super Copa final. We've still got them in the Copa del Rey final to come up. I would have liked to have beaten them. It was a close game. We didn't really ever get going. I think their quality showed in the end. And, sadly for us, it's a defeat that sees Barcelona cut the gap on us to 2 points. That said, I do still think we're in a good position here. If we just look at their remaining games, I'll do it like this so my face isn't covering things. They have still got to play Real Madrid away. They've still got to play Betis, who are in 4th. As for ourselves, we've actually got Betis in our next game, so hopefully we can do the business there. We've got the Champions League quarterfinals coming up. Real Madrid, of course, looming on the horizon in the Copa del Rey final. Besides that, there are a couple of tricky games in there, but I think I back us. Still, 8 games left. It is going to go down to the wire. But anyway, gang, that is going to wrap up everything from me today. Next time out, we'll be back with the Champions League quarterfinals. I do hope you're looking forward to it. As always, if you did enjoy the video, drop a like on it. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. And well, until next time, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.